Hey, what's up, witches? I'm back again because, this full moon. So I put up a video of the chart, and then viewer Marilyn Runkle commented that she is a Cancer, and she recently felt like the entire weight of the world's emotions just sort of crashing down on her. So thinking about and if you haven't watched the chart video, go watch it. That Moon-Pluto conjunction, those together in particular, have a key phrase of manipulate the masses, any involvements in Moon and Pluto, because they both represent mass consciousness. So we have intensified emotions from the masses opposing the expression of the softer, nurturing, feminine, more experiential side of our natures. So, and the psychic sensitive side, So shields up, everybody. Shields up. The weight of the world is, we can feel it. And let's also talk about the fact that the moon is in Capricorn, Pluto is in Aquarius. So we've got that split and that push-pull. There's an interesting little exercise you can do that looks at the signs as each sign is the opposite of the one before it and the one after it. And you can just track through, this is Aries is the opposite, or Taurus is the opposite of Aries, because Aries is all fire and go, go, go. And, in the present moment, and Taurus is settled in future, but, so you can look at it that way. So the opposition of Capricorn and Aquarius in that sense is Capricorn tradition, Aquarius innovation, the new, the forward looking. Capricorn earth, practical, structured. Aquarius air, no boundaries, no limits, unstructured, leaps of chaos, all this kind of, so yeah. Anyways, thanks for that comment, Marilyn. But it took me to the fact that I've had a deck hollering at me for days now, and I've been ignoring it. So I thought I would grab it and do another kind of full moon reading. And this is Tarot of the Abyss by Anatolian. So let's do a little blessing, because it's full moon, And I'll slow myself down. I'm like, yee, because, yeah, that energy is really, really something. Oh, come on. There we go. So I offer you this sacred smoke by air and fire. May you be purified and charged. And by water and earth. We'll do it this way. Make it smaller. May you be blessed and made whole. And by the sound of the bell, may the spirit awaken. Oh, I need to light a charcoal. This is what happens when you don't think ahead. And it's okay. Now I just have to fight the urge to edit all that out. Did I win? So, guides and guardians, allies and ancestors, thank you for your wisdom, your presence, your guidance. I offer you fresh water. I offer you the fire of Azrael. Now, let's see, I'm getting that I'll do a 10 card, 3x3 with one at the end. And I am asking collectively, the vibe, the energies, the chaos, the transition, the pulling apart, the breaking down of old systems, Moon in Capricorn also says collectively we want to cling to those old systems because that structure feels secure and comforting. But Pluto is dragging us kicking and screaming into the future. He will be dipping back into Aquarius in September, I think. At any rate, with what's going on, with all these things in the world, what do we need to know right now? What do we need to know? What do we need to know? For the collective, so we can more easily deal with what is without adding to it. We can more easily see how the internal and the external reflect each other, and how we can move forward both personally towards our north node and collectively. All right, let's do this. They want to be that way. And the moon. Okay, no, I'll put them the way I put them first. Quit dicking with things, Luna. Okay. So, right off the bat, 3 of Swords in the middle. Yeah. And look at how the in this card, he's got a book open and the top of his skull is gone, and you see all these letters in the book. The swords are stabbing into the book. All these letters are coming up and turning into birds, which are then flying into his head. So be very aware of what your consumption is, of what's coming into your brain from off the page, because those 3 swords talk about consuming things that hurt, things that upset the system. And, you know, yes, we have to be aware. Yes, watch the sources that you watch to get your news. Stay aware of what's going on. Absolutely. But you don't have to eat it for a meal 3 times a day or all day long, you know. Then we've got the Emperor and the Moon. Look at this. Okay, authority, structure. Where the buck stops. Power and empowerment. And look at him looking at us intensely. What are you going to do? What are you going to decide? The Emperor always says there's a decision to be made and it's yours to make, right? And then the Moon. Look at this, how we collectively get wrapped up in each other, in everything. I mean, it talks about our connection as human beings emotionally, compassionately, because we all want the same things emotionally. We all want security, at least the illusion of security on all levels. But sometimes our need for structure and our need for authority, and you know, he represents kind of absolute safety and protection. I'm here, I will protect you, the strong man. But at what cost? Because here we have that flowing connection with each other. And there's pain and strife between the two. This is very masculine, this is very feminine, very Neptunian, very Martian. Okay, then we've got the Page of Swords. And I can just move that back a little bit, can't I? There we go. The King of Pentacles in the middle, money, 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 money. And the Star. Okay, so I'm going to put everybody out here. Justice, Knight of Pentacles, and Awakening. Okay, and then the last one we'll leave there. So King of Pentacles is at the middle, and looking at our love affair with money, how money equals power in our culture, and how mastery in that level, because the kings do represent mastery of the element that they're in. Mastery at that level means that I understand that my resources are for me to use, rather than the idea of money, the chasing of money, the overemphasis on money the conflation of money with self-worth. Um, that is what keeps us enslaved, you know? So that's when it uses us. So the King of Pentacles says it's time for us to really come to a place of mastery over with the element of earth, which means understanding that we are of the element of earth as well. What we do to the earth affects us individually and collectively. Page of Swords here, curiosity, open-mindedness, open to being taught, open to learning. And then we've got the star here for hope. So let's go back to the moon, because it can represent a subterranean emotional stuff going on. So buried emotions, denied emotions, neurotic things, old neurotic habit patterns, anything that's causing strife here. And this could talk about the need to kind of control emotion and control the things that you can't even put your hands on, brings strife. At any rate, there's now curiosity and an opening of minds. And the King of Pentacles, look at, he's got such a soft nature about him. And you definitely get the idea, there's little birds coming up here. He's got mountains in his hand. You get the idea that he is a custodian. He's a steward of the earth. He's not the master of the earth, as in a master and slave relationship, And then the star brings out hope. Look at her looking up this way to the moon. Our hope lies in how we, how we embrace each other, how we wrap around each other, how we interact. But look at where they're standing on solid ground here. There's a split. But the connection happens through those deep currents. And certainly we are connected by those deep currents, even though we split all the time on the material level because of differences in distance, in perceived perceived differences in cultural understandings that can really cause there to be a gap between people through no fault, of anyone. It's just we're very diverse on this planet, and that can there's sort of a natural divide, but we can still connect at a more human level. All right, so hope there. Then we've got justice. And the Knight of Pentacles, the slow-moving knight, look, he's walking his horse. He's the one that's guiding the horse. Then we have awakening here, which is the Judgment card. How interesting is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 10 so far are majors. So justice is actual alignment. Justice is the laws of the universe. And I always like the term justification, like with margins in a document where everything lines up. It's alignment. When everything is in alignment, then things are still fluid and moving, but we achieve that equilibrium rather than that we're going through right now. But it is also justice in a cultural and a moral sense. Justice meaning that there's equity. Okay, and then Knight of Pentacles, moving slowly. Our actions need to be slow and considered now. No flying off the handle. And then we have awakening. So if we are based in justice, so here we have authority and here we have justice. So if we look to our structures and the authority, the people to whom we grant authority, and we have an open mind about what's being said, about leadership and guidance, and then we can move from this just strong-arm leadership down into justice. This is kind of talking about, because it's swords and air, I think maybe talking about laws, the new writing of something, the new ideas in that way. about authority, about structure, and the result here is justice that is built in. It's where we should be heading anyway. But again, with King of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles, we have to be very mindful about our resources, and that is certainly at the hub of issues of justice and connection and hope. If we don't have resources, it's very hard to have hope. Resources give authority. The sharing of resources between people gives us a sense of security. And justice as far as everyone having enough. You know, the idea of a base income is such an incredible thing. Of here, you know, your basic needs can be covered without you having to do everything, which frees people to really contribute in the way they want to contribute, which is real justice. So we have the resources here, we know how to use them and what they mean to us, and we take it a step at a time, practical steps forward, and it leads us to this awakening. And, you know, Pluto, the prominence of Pluto in this full moon, that is the card of judgment. You know, that's a Plutonian card. It means absolute transformation. One of the many cards of change in the major arcana, and that is complete change. Like everything changes. Paradigm shift, you know, everything is different now. And then at the end we have the Three of Pentacles. Look at how, like, the first one out was the Three of Swords, and then at the end we have the Three of Pentacles. So we can stab each other with words and with ideas. We can get vicious back and forth, jockeying words, but in the end words are only words until we take the matter in our hands and take steps forward in practical ways. That's all it is just stabbing ourselves and each other with our words. But look where we can end up with Three of Pentacles. Look at all hands pulling together, everyone taking a place and contributing what they have to contribute. Wow. Okay. Thank you, Tarot of the Abyss. Like I said, it's been yelling at me for days. All right, I'm going to get this up. I'll see you soon. Till then, it's Luna. Blessed be. Hey, let me know what you think down below. Okay, bye-bye.